guys, we are back, and this time I am taking you to the DC Open. If you couldn't already tell from the thumbnail, this is one of our favorite DC traditions and just our favorite tradition since moving up to the DMV area. So I'm so excited to bring you along. This is our 5th time going. Literally, we started going as soon as we got to DC, or like, not DC. We don't live in DC, we're in Virginia. I want to make that very clear to people who get upset by that. But anyways, this is our 5th year going, and I'm so excited to bring you guys along. One of my favorite things about the DC Open is that it takes place and is held every year in Rock Creek Park, which to me, we don't really go there a ton, like to Rock Creek Park in general. Honestly, it's kind of something I want to get out and go explore some more of, but every time we go, we always get to drive through all the open park. We go through this really pretty tunnel and it's just so special. But enough blabbering about that because we are almost there. And of course, as soon as we get there, we have to take a cutie little pic and video. Then we can start our trek to get inside. I'm gonna tell you guys, I was actually really surprised and really impressed. They changed out the layout this year, especially when you walk into the front, and it was really well done. It was nice to see that they had a new area for brand activations, for watching the games and just cooling off. But of course, they do always have these very special activations along the side. I am a Kim Crawford stan through and through, so of course I go there every time. One of the things I also love about the DC Open is that you also get to see them practicing. So here I'm getting to see Ben Shelton and Trinity Rodman, we'll see her again soon, warm up over on the side. Fun fact, while we were watching them warm up, some lady approached us with a free drink card. So naturally we went up to the Ciroc Athletic Club so that we could go get it, which also brought us even better and elevated views of Ben Shelton playing and of course of Trinity watching him. Seriously, I just think it's so cute that they support each other so much. After I stopped fangirling, we did actually go over to get drinks. And of course, taking my wide angle shots, I do see this, but it's totally fine. And we did get a free drink. They had a couple signature cocktails. I ended up trying one that I'm not gonna lie, didn't love. It was more gin and grapefruit than I wanted, and I don't know, it's my own fault. But after we got our drinks, we weren't technically allowed in the stadium just yet, but we did stop by to see a few of the serves. We also popped over to get some food for the night, and then ran into this absolute diva. I've literally only seen people do those on TV, and seeing them in person, they were so cute, and she did such a good job. Also, to catch up really quick on why we couldn't go to our official seats. For the first time, we bought evening passes. So this meant that we have actual seats in the main stadium where they're playing the main matches, but we are only going in for the evening matches. Now, you may be wondering, Bailey, you're at a seat watching a match right now. And you would be correct, I am. But these are the outer courts, and so they're not technically reserved seats. They're just the little benches. So fear not, we were allowed here and we did have seats. I am not gonna lie, I actually do not remember who this match was between. I know the guy we're watching right now was Italian. He was really good too. He played really well. I know he didn't end up winning too, which I was kind of sad about. And the other guy is a kid from Spain. He literally went to the University of Virginia and is maybe 21 years old. Honestly, I just want to take a minute to say that watching athletes now who are younger than me is really, really jarring. Because what do you mean you're 18 to 21 on a huge world stage? I mean, I know DC Open isn't the biggest. It's not one of the Grand Slams. No shade to them. But these kids, they're little babies still, I feel and they're playing in front of so many people, having so much judgment, pushing their bodies. I have a lot of respect for them, and it always makes me so happy and just also so overwhelmed whenever I see I feel actual children out there. But I digress. Also, I wanted to just pin this really fun shot that I got. To me, I love going to these events because I also just love seeing the people who show up. Anyways, I also happen to get this really fun shot. So this is definitely something totally I will and have continued to do. He literally hit it up so high and it just kind of bounced back down, and then I think it was already out or something, I don't know. Anyways, I also really want to plug these adorable Uber Eats macaroons that we got. They were so freaking cute. I literally got some special for us. They were handing them out at random intervals, and I went up to them and I was like, hey, I am really sorry. I just would love to have one of these. And they gave me some. Taste test.
Love 15.
Can confirm they were delicious. I have still been thinking about them several days later. They were lemon curd and had literal lemon curd in the middle. It was so freaking good. After our quick snack break, it was time to get back into the game, only to realize I have no idea what's going on, what set we're in, who's winning, who's up, I don't know. All I know is it felt amazing out. The sun was setting. We'd been sitting in the sun for a good bit and it was finally going down, and I was happy. As this game came to a close, we decided to get out a little bit more and explore. We also saw Taylor Fritz after his post-game interview. We walked around a little bit and then it was time to go to our seats. The main match for us that evening was Fitalina versus Eel. And you guys, it did not disappoint. Wow. First off, here is the view from our seats. I mean, it was gorgeous out. We had such a nice view. And by the time we got in and settled, Hila had just won her first set of the match. Now, this would be a pretty good prelude to not only the rest of the match, but the rest of the tournament, because Hila became the women's single 2026 champion. Also to note super quick that this is the perfect plane watching spot. And not only did I see all the baddies coming out of Reagan, but I also saw one of my favorites, the A340. Oh, it was so cool to see it in person. Like, look at the double engine trails. Oh, anyways, back to women's sports, which everyone watches. This match was so evenly set and really just such a good one to watch. I've been following Svitolina for a few years now, mainly from Sam's influence in showing me that she is actually married to a separate tennis player. His name is Monfils. We don't think he's playing anymore, but we have seen him at the DC Open. It was very, very cool. But I've just loved getting to follow her story, and like, I love that they're just like this little lovely tennis couple and they support each other at their matches and stuff too. So anyways, it was fun to just see her play, be out there. Same way with Hila. She's up and coming and has just been honestly flawless on the court. So let's sit back and watch them play a little bit. By this point, we were nearing the end of the match. Hila is getting it on over there, and it was just getting so intense. Honestly, I will say with content creation just in general, it has helped me focus a lot more on things that I'm like capturing, content I'm creating, but especially when it comes down to sports, I honestly love just watching it through the lens of my phone too. Like, obviously I do love being there and I do put my phone down, but it's been really interesting to kind of see how much more engaged I get with actually creating content around something like this. Anyways, that's just a fun little rant for you guys. But at this point, it was time to lock in because we were getting to break point like so many times. I kept recording. I was like, this is it. And Svitolina would come back and it just was literally so insane. Also, I realized I just said break point. Sam's gonna be mad. Game point is what I do mean. But alas, we did eventually get there, and here is the final point where Hila wins. Like, what a freaking match. Like, I do feel really bad because Svitolina did end it on a just like miss serve and error there. But wow. All right, so once that was done, we did have to go over to Dolcezza. I have been going to Dolcezza for years now, and like literally every Citi Open or DC Open is what it's called now, I go. So we got our gelato. We watched Hila's little post-game interview, and it was already like 10:30 at this point, and we just could not stay for the late Ben Shelton match. We were sad. We watched a tiny bit of it outside in the front. It was really cool, but we had to go home. So we said goodbye to the stadium, all the fans, all the players, and went home. I hope y'all enjoyed watching. Bye!